we do not have much time. Okay, so I will try. All right. Okay, so let's continue our session. We are on what? This is step index. We are on step index. Okay, so let's go to a higher time frame like D1. I like to see my order blocks on the daily, right? That's why I like to see my order blocks on the daily, sometimes on the weekly, but daily, weekly, and H4, those time frames. Okay, so we are on step index. Okay, let's mark our order block. Okay, we want to deal with the current structure, right? So let's say we are marking. Let's say I want to take this order block, so I mark this order block. Okay, as we can see, price is now trading above the order block, but let's see the kind of pattern that we are having on step index. Step index has been correcting. Okay, but let's see. Right. Okay, so this is our step. This is what we have on step index. We have more of an ascending channel. Our first touch there, second touch there. We have our third touch. We had our third touch. There. Let me move to H1. I want to show you something, guys. Right? So we had our third touch there, where there is a small triangle there, right? That's where we had our third touch. Okay. Then price, like I was saying, do not marry your trend lines, right? We had this price action going outside of the what? Of the trend line, right? So we have a way of dealing with such things, right? So I have said we are looking to sell on the what? On the third touch. Here, we are looking to sell on the third touch, right? But we are not selling on the third touch just because price has reached the third touch. No, we don't do that. We have rules that we follow, right? Okay, so I want to show you something, right? What we call, okay, so I'll remove this thing so that we can clearly see our pattern. So we have what we call pattern extension, whereby our pattern extends, right? Okay, so those who know patterns, who trade patterns, right? Uh, you you'll be wondering, what did you do wrong? You wanted to sell you sold on the third touch, and price reversed, went to the upside again, took you out, and you'll be wondering what's wrong. But look, we are having an ascending channel in an ascending channel. We call it a pattern within a pattern, right? Again, we are still having the same three touches. We are having the same three touches. You can see them. The first touch there on the first dot, the second touch there on the second dot, the third touch there on the what? On the third dot. On the third dot. And look how price sold. Price sold. It's a very beautiful price action that is happening in that area. So we are not shocked when we see price breaking our upper trend line, right? We are already prepared for that because our mind is neutral. We are not looking to sell at that upper trend line because it doesn't happen like that. Okay, so you can see that you are having an ascending channel in an ascending channel, right? If you took this third touch, you would have made some you have made some money. So let me remove these things. I want to show you something. We can already see that we are having a left shoulder here, we are having a head here. So we might have the right shoulder in this area, right? We might have a right shoulder here. We might have a right shoulder. Let's switch on. We are on what? We are on H1. Let's go on 15 minutes. We just want to check what's happening on 15 minutes, right? Okay. Right. We can already see that on 15 minutes, we can already see that they are in construction of a shoulder there. They are in construction of a shoulder there. We don't know if we put our counter trend line here, right? We put our counter trend line here. Okay, let me remove that one. Okay, we are just playing with patterns, guys. I'm just showing you the patterns, how we trade patterns, and how patterns are so effective in the what? In the markets, right? We are already having something like that. Okay, so we are saying they are trying to construct a shoulder in that area. Okay, so that's another ascending channel on V7 on step index. We are on step index, by the way. Okay, I want you to show you another pattern that I'm seeing, right? It may take time for you guys to see these things, but you will get there, right? We are having a high there. We are having a resistance there. You can see price is resisting on that in that area, right? Okay, but a lot of people, they are not seeing the pattern that I'm seeing. I know that a lot of you guys, you are not seeing what I'm seeing, but anyways, you will see it. You will see it. What I am seeing. What I am seeing. Okay. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. Right. I think I have told you, do not trade equal highs, do not trade equal lows unless a pattern is involved in that area. Right? Okay. Right. So we had our resistance. We had our first touch there. We had our second touch there. Then our third touch there. The question is, how did we approach the third touch? We approached it in more of a what? Of a channel, more of a channel. We're having our first touch there. We are having our second touch there. Then our third touch on the resistance. And look what price did. It, boom, it shot to the what? To the downside. Okay, so these patterns, they are forming over and over and over again, but we are not taking them in no man's land. We are taking them in appropriate what? Areas, in high value areas. Okay, so today I will not talk about entries. Sorry, excuse me. Let's change a pair. Let's change the pair. Let's go on V10. Let's go on V10. We are on V10. I remember V10, it went up like crazy, and we were prepared for that move, that is happening currently on. Okay, so let's mark our let's mark the structure, the patterns. Okay, I want to show you something here, something that is very, 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 very beautiful, guys. Patterns forming over and over and over again. Okay. Right. Okay. So we are having this channel here, this descending channel. We can see prices it's descending, right? But what we are looking for when we have a ascending channel, we look for price to break and push to the what? To the upside and go to the upside there. Okay, let's focus with the price action that is inside. Why? Let's try and figure out why did we have this big impulse there, a beautiful impulse. It's simple, guys. It's simple. You know the power. You know the power of order blocks, guys. I don't just take any order block. I have specific order blocks, right? So I'm looking at order blocks that have the highest number of candles, right? So you can see that this red candle, right? This red candle is our order block, right? But how many candles are at the top of the red candle? We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, many candles, right? Which means it's a powerful what? It's a powerful order block, right? Okay. So this is our order block. As usual, I mark the lowest point. I'm looking for the lowest. I'm looking for the lowest point. Boom. That's the lowest point. Okay. Let's mark. Let's see. The question is, how did we approach the area of value? Let me remove that trend line. Okay. The question is, how did we approach the area of value? Let's see, guys. These things, they are happening each and every single day, but we do not see it coming. They say once you see it, you cannot unsee it, guys. You cannot unsee these things happening over and over again. Simple. The same structures that we saw on V75, this is the same structure that we are seeing on V10, right? We are seeing this channel, this descending channel on what? On V10, guys. It looks simple, guys, but you need to take your time to see these patterns, how they are developing, and how we trade them in line with what? With structure. You can see that's your first touch there on the trend line, right? That's your second touch there, here. That's your third touch here. This is our point of interest, the third touch. We're on the order block on the trend line. So what else do we want? We want to push to the upside, right? We want to go back where our pattern started at the top there, right? Okay. So these things, they are happening over and over and over again, right, guys? Okay. Let's move on. Okay. So another thing that I wanted to show you guys, let me show you something. Okay, I want to show you something on double tops and double bottoms, right? So we have guys who trade these M's and W's, these M's and what? And W's, right? So we have specific areas that we take these what? These M's and these W's. We have the specific areas, and we have specific type of part W's, of double bottoms, double tops that we are looking for. Okay, so I want to show you the most powerful M's and W, right? Okay, so if you want to know a powerful M or a powerful W, it's like this, guys. This is the shape of a powerful M or W, right? It's followed by what? The second leg is formed by an ascending channel or a descending channel. So this is the double top area. We have our double top, but it's the second leg is being formed by what? By an ascending channel, right? So it's that one. If you see this kind of a pattern forming on a higher time frame like H4 D1, it's a golden pattern. We can see it. Let's look at V7 at V10, right? We want to focus on this, on V10. We want to focus on this pattern, guys, right? We want to focus on this pattern. So this is the M that we are talking about. This is the M that we are talking about. Let's see the second leg, how it was formed. That's the most important part. Okay, this is the second leg. Let's see how the second leg was formed. So let's mark the top of the double bottom there. That's the top of the double bottom, of the double top, sorry. Okay, let's put our upper trend line there. So this is the double top that we have right? And this kind of double tops or double bottoms, they always play, or most of the time, price will always come to the lower leg there where it started forming. They'll always come back there, right? So it's another important pattern. It's a very, very profitable what? It's a very, very profitable pattern. Okay, let's leave that one. Let's leave that one. Okay, so we had left another pattern. I want to show you something, guys. Okay, so we will not necessarily exhaust every pattern, but I just want you guys to open your eyes and see these things, right? So we are saying on this one, we have our touch there. We have another touch here. We have our third touch here, and we're looking for price to push to the upside, right? That's the case, right? Let's see, guys. Let's focus on this order block, right? Let's focus on this order block, on this red order block here, right? Okay. Always ask yourself, how are we approaching that order block? How? So we are approaching Informa again. It's the same things, guys. It's the same things over and over and over again, right? You can call it a falling wedge. You can call it a descending channel, whatever you want to call it. But look, it's the same processes, guys. The same things are appearing over and over. We have our impulse here. We have our continuation pattern for correction is our correction. We have our impulse move here, right? Now we want to talk about this pattern. That is right. Let's talk about this pattern, guys. So right now, if we were trading V10, right? We are trading in line with what? In line with structure, because we are saying that we are having an ascending channel. So price is to push to the what? To the upside, right? Okay. So we had our first continuation pattern, this one. Then we impulsively move to the upside. Then we have this pattern, right? You can clearly see that on this one, there is no order block involved. There is no order block involved. But can we not trade it? We can trade this pattern for one reason. Why? Because we are trading in line with the structure. The structure is saying we must buy. So it's impulse. Our correction must be a continuation to the upside. Then we have to buy. So that's the only time we trade a pattern that is not supported with a psychological area. I hope you understand there. So this is the pattern that is more of, we cannot say it's in the no man's land, but if you find a pattern that is in the no man's land, there is no an order block, there is no an old high, old low. Please do yourself a favor. Don't risk your money on things like that. Wait for a proper setup, because these patterns, they always repeat themselves over and over and over again, right? So that one we can take it. This one, this continuation pattern, we can take it. We can go on a smaller, let's go on a smaller time frame and see what we are having. We can take it because we are trading in line with what? With our overall structure. We can take this continuation pattern, right? As I said, I'm not talking about the entries today, but we enter on the third touch there based on what we know. Okay, so we can take that pattern again. Price pushes to the upside again. As beautiful as that, you don't have to think anything there. You just have to. Okay, let's change. Let's change again. I think let's take the last one. Let's take the last one and see. Okay, this is what. This is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. we are on a we're on V100, right? Look at this order block, guys. Let's deal with the current structure. Look at this order block. This one. And you ask yourself a question. Why is price failing? Why is price struggling to push to the downside there? Why are we struggling? You can see the type of candles that we are forming in this area. Why are they struggling? Let's see how they approach the area of value, right? So we go to H4. Let's see if we can identify a pattern on what? On H4. Okay. So I'm gonna mark my like I always do. Let me, I want to put the lowest part of the order block there. Okay. Now let's go on H4. Okay. Let's go on H4. Want to see what we are having on H4, guys. These things, they happen over and over again, guys, and we fail to take advantages of these moves. I don't know why. Okay, so this is the kind of a pattern that we have, right? As I have said before, we can experience pattern failures. A pattern can fail, right? Okay, so right here we are looking for price to push there to the upside, right? And I have showed you several patterns or many patterns that when we reach the order block, we had this descending channel, price always push to the downside. But as we can see on the current structure, that hasn't happened, right? Price can push to the downside from here and our pattern can fail. But the question is, how many times are we going to have this failure, right? This pattern failing. How many times are we going to have this pattern fail? We can start dictating same patterns and we can see, okay, it's maybe 3 maximum out of 10, right? So is that a headache to us? No, it's not. Because if this pattern is playing 7 times and only failing 3 times, it means we are profitable, right? So what is important is, do not be excited when you see patterns playing over and over again. Why? If you become excited, that's the moment when you want to risk more, you want to risk so much, and you do not know, is this pattern going to play like the one that had played before? You do not know that, because this is a game of odds. It's a game of probabilities. Price can push to the downside. And if you decide to be reckless with your risk management and say, okay, I have seen this pattern playing 7 times, let me risk everything here. My friend, that pattern might fail. It might be the one of those 3 patterns, right? And it will fail, and boom, you will result in a loss, right? And you have risked a lot of money there. Maybe you had made some profit, and the worst thing is that one big loss can wipe out all your profits, right? And it's going to affect you emotionally and financially. So I always urge people to what? To follow risk management. And it's very easy, especially when you are trading these synthetic indices. If you risk less on a synthetic index and you just know the direction of this thing, let's say it's going to the upside there. If you risk less and you hold your trade, you can make your trade, you can close your trade in around 1 to 10 risk reward ratio, which is a lot, guys. Let me prove to you on this pair. Let me prove to you something that is very crazy about the returns, guys, by just risking a small amount of money. Okay, let's look on V70, on V100. I think this is the last thing, or the last Okay, let's look at this order block, guys. Okay, and the other thing, it's not always the case or the scenario whereby the order block will be respected. No, look at this one. This one failed, right? This one failed. Price didn't respect this one, this order block, whereas price, it continued to the ups, to the downside. Okay, but look at this one. Price respected. Let's focus on this order block where price respected this order block here. This one, H4 order block. The question is, how did we approach the order block? Let's go to H1 so that we can clearly see if there is a pattern involved in that area. Okay, I know some, they are not seeing the pattern, but I'm already seeing the pattern. I'm already seeing what's happening in that area. I don't know if you are not seeing what's happening in that area, but I already see the descending channel in that area. I already see it. I already see it. Okay. Okay. So this is the descending channel that we have, right? Let me remove that order block there. Let me remove. We want to clearly see the descending channel, right? Okay. So we are having the first touch there. We are having the second touch here. We are having the third touch here, right? I'm gonna teach you a little bit about entries today, like you, just a little bit about entries, so that we just want to see the return on this one. Okay, so when we are having a descending channel here, we say we trade the third touch. So we focus on the price action, this current price action that is going to the third what? To the third touch. You ask yourself, how did we approach the third touch? This is the third touch here. We approached impulsively, right? So if we approach the third touch impulsively, right, we only take a trade in that area only if there are reversal candlesticks in that area. But if not, we do not take a trade. We look for a double what? We look for a double bottom. We look for a double bottom, right? You will never find this information on the internet or on YouTube. It's my own research. So it's by my own back testing. What do I mean? Let's draw it. Let's draw it so that you can see what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Okay. This information you will not find it anyway. Even in the textbook, you will not find it. Okay. Okay. Let me make it quick. So we are having this kind of a channel, right? We are having this, right? So our price is pushing, right? We are having, sorry. Okay, so we are having one touch or the two. We are having the third touch. So if the third touch approaches impulsively, right? Not correctively, impulsively, we know that these guys, they have a tendency of pushing to the upside, right? To fool people. Then they come, they form a double bottom here, then they push to the what? To the upside. So we are looking for this what? For this double bottom. You can see the double bottom. You can see the double bottom here, and it's clear. Let's go to the what? Let's go to the M15. Let's go to the M15. We want to take it. Let's say we want to take a trade in that area. Let's go to the M15. Right. So this is what we do. We put a ray line on the third touch. This is our third touch. We are looking for a double bottom. We are looking for a double bottom. Yes, we are given a double bottom. They gave us a double bottom. And this one, the beautiful part is we are having this, the double bottom. I've talked about these type of M's and W's whereby they are formed by channels. You can see this one is formed by a channel, right? This is formed by a channel, okay? Let's say we take our trade, we put our buy stop at the top there. When the channel breaks, this is a double, that's our entry. When the what? when it breaks, right? And what is our target? It's simple, guys. It's very, very simple. These things, they happen over and over again, right? So here's the trick. If price pulls back to an order block, they will always come again to the previous high there. So that's your entry there, the previous high. That's your first target there. That's your first target, right? If you hold that trade up to there, guys, let me not calculate it. But just know it's a crazy, crazy amount from the smallest lot size, right? Oro. Okay, let's do this. Let's simply calculate it, guys, so that people know that it's not about taking thousand numbers of trade. No, hear this. It's quality over quantity. We are looking for quality trades. Simple as that. Simple mechanics. Quality trade. Just imagine we put our buy stop there, here. We put our buy stop here. This is the H1. We put our buy stop here. Let's say, okay, I do not have much money in my account. My stop loss. Let's put our stop loss at the bottom of the structure there. Let's put it there. Let's calculate our stop loss. Our stop loss first. And the smallest lot size for this pay, it's 0. What, by the way? V100. The smallest lot size is 0.2, by the way. Okay. 0.2.
Mr. Donald.
Okay.
We will overdose them with knowledge. Our meeting is about to expire.
It's about to end again. Okay, so so it's okay. It's okay. I wasn't checking the time, but anyway, I think for today we're okay.
Yeah, we will overdose them with knowledge. For now, they need to digest. We only have around 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. I hope I added value to some of you guys. I hope so. But
some people are already hating me. They're saying it's not fair. Some people are saying continue. But you should also consider that we need to sleep, guys.
Yeah. That's very true.
Some people are saying we can't wait for the third round. Hey, guys, can we pull to the third round? Can you pull to the third round, my guy? Aren't we tired?
No. I'm even tired. Yeah, thank you so much. So you can take the floor again.
Okay. What we can actually do is, someone is saying we can continue the lesson at 5 a.m. You know, when we analyze these charts, we sleep around 3 a.m. So for us to wake up at 5 a.m., it's actually something that's heavy for us. I doubt if Mr. Donald will be able to wake up at 5 a.m. But we'll surely continue tomorrow. Mr. Donald, I'll make sure he continues up to tomorrow, the session, the evening session. We'll continue where he left off. As for this session, it's going to be uploaded on YouTube. It's going to be uploaded on Telegram. And for Mr. Donald's number, what's your number so that I can type it? Can you say it by head? +277.
By head, I'll be lying.
I know your number by head. +2771 820 9571. That's your number. Now it's almost like my number because I know it by head.
Okay.
So thank thank you so much, guys, for joining us. What we're gonna do now is, after this session, we are going to open up our Telegram channel for discussions. You kindly feel free to ask any questions that you have. We reply back to you. We try to accommodate your questions and help you the best way that we can. Yeah, but you want to sleep as well. So
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
we just make it 20 minutes or 15 minutes of replying to questions and then we sleep. Let's not forget to wake up at 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. we have another session. I'm down will be presenting at 5 a.m. So right now I can see we are 84. Let's try to be 100 tomorrow at 5 a.m. Kindly put your alarms and also kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't just watch the videos, subscribe to it and also turn on post notifications. So thank you very much, guys. I love you all. We love you all. You are our family. You are not our friends. You are our family. And we believe that as family, we have to take care of each other. So feel free to inbox us. Feel free to inbox Mr. Donald. Feel free to know how he trades. Feel free to know how I trade. Because at the end of the day, we all want to elevate. You know, it's hard out there. Some of us, we actually never had mentors because they were too much expensive to accommodate.
Yeah, that's very, very, very true. Yeah, yeah.
So feel free to inbox us. We we lent free of charge. So now we are also returning back the favor. So thank you guys. Have a good night.